It began with a pair of red shoes. Looking back now, I realize that my whole entire life pivots silently around this single moment. I was standing in a Stride Right children's shoe store when my daughter Hannah held up a pair of red patent Mary Jane shoes. "Those are lovely, Hannah," I said. "But we have to buy something that matches the dress in your closet, sweetie." "But Mommy," she protested, "red goes with everything. And besides, they fit me just perfect." So of course we buy them. And they were a perfect fit. Closing her eyes and extending her arms, Hannah began to dance, oblivious to everything around her but the shoes on her feet. So you can imagine my shock when we walked out of the store and my 3-year-old child immediately turned to me and asked, "Mommy, do kids die?" "No, sweetie. Kids never die." If there's one thing life has proven to humanity again and again, it is that oftentimes superheroes are found in small children fighting big battles. Author Maria Housden provides an exemplar model of this through the story of her daughter, Hannah. Hannah's Gift by Maria Housden. We found out during our vacation in Michigan. We'd taken Hannah to the emergency room because she kept complaining that it hurt to lie down. And after 3 more doctor's visits, I finally saw the x-ray and the mass on Hannah's ribs. And I felt like a failure. The doctors had called it a rhabdoid tumor of the kidney, and telling Hannah was difficult. I'd said, "Hannah, the doctors found out why you're so sick. There's a lump in your tummy called a tumor. The doctors are going to try and take it out so the bad cells don't come back, okay?" A few days after Hannah's diagnosis, I called everyone I could think of who was expecting me to do something for them in the coming year. Church committees, PTA, Hannah's school. I told them that from now on, I would be dedicating all of my time to being with Hannah. Hannah had to have several surgeries after her diagnosis, and as soon as she recovered, we took her to Disney World. Hannah performed 2 somersaults in the middle of the living room floor to celebrate. When we arrived at the Magic Kingdom, Hannah was so excited to be there that she almost peed herself. Actually, she did pee herself while on Mickey Mouse's lap. And after we got home, Hannah was so excited to go back to school and show off her new Disney princess dress. But then Hannah's teacher broke the news to me that Hannah wasn't going to be able to attend preschool. So I had to take a moment to let her words sink in, because I knew what she was saying was true, but to me, Hannah was a 3-year-old first and a cancer patient second. "You don't understand," I said. "After everything she's been through, I won't take preschool away from her. She wants to ride on the bus and go on field trips with her friends. And I'm willing to do absolutely anything to make that happen." Hannah returned to preschool a week later, wearing her new Disney princess dress. Her friends all exclaimed over how pretty it was. And no one seemed to notice her lack of hair. A month later, Hannah's 4th birthday rolled around, and on the day of the party, the children had greeted Hannah shyly. It was clear that they were reminded that Hannah was sick just before coming, but Hannah had been the one to step into the moment and set us all straight. I barely had time to notice before she shouted, "Hey guys, want to see my scar? The doctors gave me pizza after I got it done." For a moment, silence, followed by a roar of kids screaming, "Pizza? Mommy, I want to have surgery too!" I remember one of the moms turning to me and saying, "Is this okay with you?" And I said, "If it's okay with her, it's okay with me." A few days after Hannah's birthday, her doctor slid a piece of film under the clip of a whiteboard, and he pointed to the spot where the cancer had spread. It had grown close to some important veins, and there was no way the doctors could take this one out. So that night, Hannah had said to me, "Mommy, I want you to carry me to my room." And so I did. And as the two of us stood in the doorway of her room, I tried to imagine myself waving the magic wand she'd made at her birthday party and bringing everything back to life. But I knew Hannah was saying goodbye. Only a few weeks afterward, something changed. I remember in the midst of silence, Hannah calling my name, and she was reaching for me. And so I checked the morphine tubes and pumps to make sure nothing had malfunctioned, and then I picked her up because I didn't know what else to do. And Hannah looked at me, and she said, "Mommy, do you know that even if I go to heaven, I'm gonna come back?" And I said, "Yes, sweetie. I know that." Hannah's body continued to fight for 20 minutes. But already some part of her felt free. And then one moment she was alive, and the next she wasn't. This is still a story of life, because the truest measure of life is not its length, but the fullness in which it is lived. I know that no matter what happens, there is a part of Hannah that will always be with me. And it isn't a belief, it isn't a hope, it is a knowing beyond the workings of my mind. And whenever I close my eyes, I still see Hannah dancing with a pair of red shoes on her feet.